Tenemos un tiempo limitado, pero podemos tener algunas preguntas. Yo creo que durante unos 5 minutos, porque hemos empezado un poquito más tarde, podemos hacer preguntas si las hay, por favor.
Estuvo todo muy claro, parece.
I would like to ask, should we develop any specific guidelines? Do we need further guidelines, or we have already the needed guidelines? What's your opinion?
I think the guidelines are already getting bigger and bigger. I don't think we need more guidelines. I think there is, was very nicely presented, the steps we can do in EX. I think it's just in general important to consider that fatty liver disease may emerge. There is a clear algorithm which allows you to separate with more likely clinical consequences than less likely clinical consequences, when to monitor, how often. So I think the guidelines are actually very good. The problem is more in reality if you have 20 minutes or 15 or months, some people only have 10 minutes per patient. How are you going to do the cardiovascular risk assessment, the fatty liver disease assessment, the depression score, a frailty index, all this in one individual in 10 minutes? That is, I think, the challenge in daily practice we have to fight with.
Thank you.
So, if I can add, my impression is that really we don't need more guidelines, we need to do, but most of all we need to engage people living with HIV in this process. And in my experience really, the possibility to have a FibroScan and discuss the result is something that gives the patient a concrete idea of what we are looking for and to how much he can contribute with his lifestyle. And so many times I say, the patient says, oh, this is your stiffness and your CAP score. What we want to do up to the next visit. And so prepare the patient says, what does it mean 5% weight loss? How can I do it? Can I show you in 6 months' time that something is changing? And so I believe that people living with HIV engagement is what we need to push for.
No, solamente estoy de acuerdo, añadir que no necesitamos más guías, los algoritmos creo que son muy importantes y que sí que, como os he mostrado, creo que necesitan algún retoque los algoritmos. Creo que debemos discriminar la perspectiva del despistaje y luego con respecto al diagnóstico, pero creo que sí que deberíamos y pensar. La elastografía es maravillosa, pero insisto, hay muchos lugares que no tienen FibroScan, entonces tenemos que buscar otras alternativas.
Me ha quedado claro.
Very quick, and the last table was about pros and cons of cancer screening, and then the question was, do we need to put more screening for lung cancer, or maybe we have to put more money and effort in smoking cessation? So my question here is the same. We are discussing very limited options for treatment, we're discussing algorithms that are not perfect for diagnosis, and when we have someone who is obese, we say, well, now you have to lose 10 kilos. My opinion is probably too late. Should we put more money and more effort in prevention, and when we have something who is really young and healthy and diagnosed with HIV, to promote a healthy living and healthy aging with HIV? I think when we arrive to discuss how to quantify fibrosis, we are too late. Should we put more money in prevention or more effort in prevention?
Empiezo yo. Depende de qué población estés hablando. Hablas de las personas con infección porque, claro, esto es una epidemia mundial. Entonces, esto tiene una dimensión tan grande de salud pública. Entonces, si me preguntas desde esa dimensión, creo que el abordaje debería ser, pues eso, desde los colegios, desde educación, desde estilo de vida. O sea, es que tiene una dimensión gigante y probablemente ahí habría que poner todo el esfuerzo. Si estamos hablando de nuestra población, de personas infectadas con VIH que además tienen riesgo y tal, estoy totalmente de acuerdo en que una parte del esfuerzo tiene que ir asociado a programas o tener otros profesionales que nos ayuden a que la gente haga más ejercicio, a que tenga un estilo de vida, a formar en nutrición básica, cosas básicas. O sea, creo que esto es súper importante mientras no tengamos tratamientos mejores.
Yeah, I believe that public health and clinical medicine are not one against the other, but really need to contribute. And what I try to show in my last 2 slides is really that moving to muffled is somehow pushing into a public health perspective the evaluation of fatty liver disease. And this, to me, is really a new, the real importance of pushing from muffled to muffled.
has been clear. Bueno, pues interrumpimos la mesa. We have to stop here. So we thank the EACS Society because this is a joint table. And thanks to EACS representatives. And also agradecemos vuestra presencia aquí. Esperamos que todos hayamos aprendido algo, al menos lo digo en primera persona, y queda mucho por hacer, pero desde luego tenemos nuevos motivos, nuevas informaciones como para saber seguir adelante. Gracias y tenemos un café ahora por delante antes del resumen de lo mejor del año. Now we are finished.